What up? What up? Sorry for the delay, folks. I like to try to be prompt, right? Like when I think when I say I'm gonna do a show, because I value people's time. Um, this is part of let's go to Ched's Trading YouTube playlist. This is gonna go into the quick market updates. These are just kind of casual. These aren't like full market reports or anything. I do that in Bitcoin Live, which I do twice a week. These are kind of looking at a couple things. I just want to talk to you folks in the chat room, take some requests. I like looking at random charts. So I have a lot of fun with that. Let me just get a couple things going on here. I'm not always gonna like see every message. So don't feel bad if if I miss you. I definitely always like prioritize the super chat questions and charts and stuff like that. So but most of the time, I'm just looking for interesting stuff, and I'll cover whatever you want me to. Of course, on Twitter at Big Cheds, Cheds Trading YouTube. Make sure, folks, you hit like and subscribe. It'll help me out with like whatever growing the channel. Start with the masterclass playlist. That will help you out quite a bit. My books, of course, Trading Quotes is on Amazon, Trading Wisdom on Amazon, and Bitcoin Live, where I'm a founding analyst. One thing you may not know is I'm on Twitch, actually. I've been streaming video games just for fun. This is like no big deal. But if you're on Twitch, check out big_Cheds. I'm having fun over there. So Bitcoin, really not much has changed. We're just still watching it consolidate. Kind of in the weekly time frame. The rising MA200 means it's an uptrend environment and kind of bumping into overhead supply. And we've been kind of it's been doing what we've been expecting it to do for a while. So it's kind of pausing where you would think it would do, after completing the breakout and the throwback, right? So it's all really the same. I'm going to jump in the chat room, see what everyone is, how everybody's doing. I'll see what you folks want to talk about. We can kind of take it from there. Hey, Khalid, what's up, man? I've seen Khalid on my spaces quite a bit. The Twitter spaces is just like an awesome playlist. I'll do one soon enough, but these are wonderful, especially if you're a new trader, question and answer. Couple hours of just question and answer. Love your free education. Thank you. What are the chances and percentage of BTC reaching 28.5? I'd say pretty good. 70%. I'd say 70% likely. That's really good. We've been looking at kind of the weakness on the 3-day chart, all these spinning tops, the price kind of, again, pausing at that key overhead level. And I think it just makes sense for a throwback to that 28.5K level. I just think that's the most likely scenario. Good to see you again, Indie Rock. West Michigan love. And I'm sure you folks can hear me, by the way. If you can't, let me know. Ready to learn, Chad? Great to hear that. So if you say this, I assume you've already watched all the free alpha on my YouTube. There's just just a ton of great stuff for you. Much love. Good to see you. Can BTC major dump like 25 or 20K? I mean, sure. Bitcoin can always do, maybe what you don't expect it to do. It can always move quicker. But I don't think you can't really talk about 20K. That's kind of out of the picture because that's below the high time frame level, right? You can talk about 25K because we're in price action above that level, right? We're in that zone, and that's the bottom of the zone technically. So sure, you can talk about 25K. I think that's a possibility. A lower possibility, 15-20%. But I think really, more likely it's just a retest of kind of 27.5, 28K range, 28.5, and then continuation. I think we do see most likely a slow grind up in price. What's up, man? Hey, Mohammed, thanks for saying that again. So, hi, Chad. Hey, Amir Hossein. Kodashena. See, I can pronounce your name. I know you challenged me and you said I couldn't pronounce it. Archie, if I use a little bit of indication telling us the trend following. Yeah. Well, look, it's my masterclass webinar. I teach you classical charting and Japanese candlestick theory, and that's what it's all about. The moving averages I'm using based on classical charting, what the trend is. You're trading with the trend, which is the 200 moving average. The price above a rising 200 average is a confirmed uptrend. Talk about using Bollinger Bands. I talk about as simple approach as possible, not using indicators. Try not, can use RSI. I don't really recommend that, or even OBV. It's pretty good, but I like to just focus on price and moving averages, key levels. This is what I do what do you mean? Can I teach a little about trend following? That's what I do every day. If you want just a tutorial, I've already done it. I've got 3 of them here for you. So you need to go right to this playlist, and watch those videos. All right, very much. Hey, thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Sure, let's look at Soul. Let's do it. Folks, you can fire up requests. No promise I'm going to get to it, but I'll take a peek. Yeah, Soul's not really doing much yet. In the last couple of days, we have the breakout of breakout and then fake out, right? The false breakout of range highs, the lows reestablished as the key level, reestablished. You break through, fail to hold. That's a deviation. So you're short from really 27. If it does continue to roll over, I'd be a buyer around like 22. Is really how I would look to play it. I got your name right. Good, appreciate that. Render, sure. It's still kind of chilling. I mean, a lot of these charts haven't really changed much. I mean, this has a potential for head and shoulders top, but we keep in mind that most reversal patterns fail, which means this is likely to continue bullishly, which is why I actually would be a buyer right here on the neck baseline, with it colliding really with the MA 200. So I'm a buyer here, 170, 175, getting a little bit lower. Then I'm interested, right? You could also just wait if you want to be you could wait for the right shoulder to invalidate, and that would be a break above 239, 240, and that would be a way to play that as well. Those are my thoughts on render. Hope everybody's doing good here on a Saturday. Nice kind of chill, casual Saturday. Yeah, people are asking about INJ. We'll take a look. Can you check out the cutoff version? It makes a good short setup. I mean, why? No, you don't. Why are you shorting the best chart out there? You want to short downtrends that have just bounced, right? It's like, okay, this is a rule in classical charting, right? You have a bull flag, you have the move up, and then you have some type of a falling channel. As a rule, you want to only look to buy the bottom of the channel. You're not shorting the top of the flag, because any time the trend can continue, and it likely will continue. You want to trade with the trend. So when you look at INJ, you need to be thinking to yourself, where are the spots to buy the dip? Not, ooh, this is the best chart, I'm going to try to short it. Because it's like, what are you doing? You're going to annihilate your bankroll. You have to look to trade with the trend. If you want to short something, you need a downtrend that just bounced. This is a buy the dip. You're buying the dip here, even MA20. $7.99, $8. You're buying the dip. INJ is like the best chart in the field. So you're waiting for it to consolidate a little bit lower. Hopefully you get it at like $8. You can buy it there. It might not even get that way, that low. It might even go 850, 860. Like, you want to trade with the trend. You shouldn't be looking to short the strongest chart. Not just the strongest chart, but kind of a solid churning, consolidating, steady, beautiful chart. Look to short downtrends that bounce, like Link. Yeah, you look to short Link when it's up around, 850. It just downtrend that bounced into resistance, right? I'm sure some of the stuff you might request, even like Aves, it's kind of a weak chart. You try to short here, you failed. You try to short up here, now you're doing really well, right? Because you have the up thrust and the failed lower high break. You need to change your mentality so that you're looking to short downtrends that have bounced. Thank you. Appreciate you too. The quote, a trend line defines a trend on a line. Yes. So there's a couple things. So, like, say you have a trend line. The quote is, this is from Trading Quotes, right? There is no line. There is only a trend, right? What does that mean? So, for example, let's take like even this right here. Even this right here. Like, it's like, do I put the line here? Do I put the line here? People spend all day trying to figure this out, and they get all messed up. None of these matter. It's actually just like that, because it's a trend of falling supply, and there's a filter around it. It's a zone of price. That's why you don't use like trend lines to trigger a trade. You use them to study the trend. You're waiting for horizontal breaks, price levels, clearly established price levels, right? You use that to structure your risk. But a trend line, there's no line, there's just a trend. And I say it that way to teach my students, to teach everybody, to focus on the trend and not the line itself. Classical charting talks about this quite a bit in kind of horizontals versus diagonals. You're welcome. You're welcome there. Thank you, buddy. Sure, Indie Rock. You want to take? We'll do a couple more, and we'll kind of roll. Not a huge audience. I just want to check in with you guys, see how everybody's doing. Yeah, YouTube. I'm not super active, but I'm trying to get a little more active, just kind of having fun, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see if there's demand for this type of for this type of content. AMP, okay. Yeah, I know it's quality, bro. Trust me, I studied professionally, like, and I like try to be the best teacher I can. So like, I know it's quality. Um, I'm definitely not humble. AMP, you want to see AMP? You asked about that. Yeah. Ooh, that's a terrible chart. What are we doing? Indy, you're one of my guys. I see you everywhere. Why are you in this? What are we doing? Oof. This is a horrible chart. Why would you ever long this chart? Absolutely pathetic chart. Not not you. If you get back up above that level, maybe, but this is like a really bad chart. This is what I was saying to the individual earlier. This is a chart you look to short if it bounces, not long. Any kind of bounce up here for sure, you're looking to short. Thank you, Fabian. But it's not the point. The point is like this isn't a chart that you're looking for a long in. Like you have to condition yourself that you're looking for longs in uptrends that have dipped, right? You need to ride trends. You should never be in a situation where you're looking at a chart like this and you're thinking, I need to figure out, ooh, there's a long setup. No, there aren't long setups. Until the trend changes around. It's a really strong bear trend. So this is like something you'd watch for what's it called? This is something you'd watch for a short after bouncing. How do you get that slope angle readout? I think it might be on like if you do a line, I think you might be able to like right click it and then go to settings. And for sure somewhere in there will allow you to give you the percentage, right, of the slope. Okay. But you know what I mean? And it's not like I'm brutally honest. Like with this stuff, it's with Bitcoin Live for sure, and I talk about that. Like I'm just gonna be really honest. I don't have time to mess around. I'm not trying to. I'm not I wanna give value to the world, right? So I'm trying to be really honest as I can, right or wrong, and so don't take it hard. Hey, what's up, man? Thank you, Isaac. It's an honor to have you. Bitcoin Live. It's really important to me. It's a foundationally important to me. And I haven't missed a member report in over 4 years. I have a new one tomorrow night, and these are like serious reports, not like these. These are casual hangouts. Bitcoin, it's just a wonderful team, so I'm gonna keep that rolling. Great to have you, man. Let's see. Fetch, sure. Take a little fetch. Fetch. I was watching it earlier, and then it kind of rolled over, and yeah, I don't like it as much. Like it was bullish, and it really started to roll over. What do we think about it now? I mean, is it trying to do a head and shoulders? The question is, where do you set your neckline? I mean, if you want, you could use a long trigger here. If this is one reasonable to try to get back in above 25.5, breaking that range. And then even more conservative would be flipping back up above really 29.30 cents. It's okay. It's definitely not bad, right? It's way better than like AMP or whatever. Um, but there's other stuff I'm playing first because you've got a very strong trend. It's just a very strong trend. That trend hasn't really broken. For me, it would need to get back up above 29.30 to really break. All right. All right, folks. This has been fun. I mean, no big deal. These are casual. I like the fact that I can chat, pop in and do these. I like the random questions, which are fun. I like the kind of interactive nature of it, for sure. I think I've kind of covered most of what everyone's asking for. So anyway, just great to see you folks. Of course, you know about trading quotes, trading wisdom. Got to watch all the YouTube stuff, Bitcoin Live. Love it. Check out the public blog. Anybody's into like gaming, I'm streaming on Twitch just for fun. Big_Cheds. Yeah, I like video games. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not like a slacker. I work a lot. But I find having video games allows me to be actually really productive with other stuff because like I'm editing books right now. I'm working on books, right? And I'll be editing something and then I'll need to take a break. I'll go play video game. I'll come back like boom, like cleared my mind. It's just a great thing to have for me. Um, so check out all that stuff. You have a good weekend as well. Yep, appreciate you right there. All right, we'll do last one, Tomo. Sure, let's get you in there. I don't want to disappoint. Tomo, yeah, it's not bad at all, actually. I don't like this massive wick, all that profit taking. I don't like that. And look at the volume. Like all the volume recently has been on this breakdown candle. So that's not so good. You can see kind of the OBV falling off a little bit, but generally it's price in a rising MA 200 environment, which is bullish. So for me, I'd probably kind of wait a little bit. I start to look around these low 90 area. I do like the chart, but I think it needs to cool off a little bit more personally. That would be my thought in Tomo. All right, sure, Kyle. Appreciate that. QNT. We can take a look at that. This was super bullish back in the day, and I've studied it quite a bit. Covered a lot for Bitcoin Live, and then I stopped covering it because it kind of, fell apart. If you zoom out, oof, look at this. I mean, just look at that. That's a trend right there. You don't need to draw a trend line to see like that trend, right? Like that's a trend. So this is one of those things where if you had been like super, like I really want to get in, you kind of like draw a trend line. You're already long, right? Oh, I'm long because it broke this like random trend line, even if I just did it like that. And but what are you going to do? Just ride the trend line down? That's it doesn't do anything for you. You got to try to hold a higher low at some point. Here's your low, higher low, low, higher low. You got to hold here. And then if you're going to actually accelerate, if you want traders to jump in, if you want the market to get excited, you need to break lower highs. You need to get back above 120. But it's kind of choppy. I'll zoom out. You can see it better in the weekly chart. It's not a great chart. This is not a good chart. It's probably going lower. Bears are in control of this chart. I wish I had, it's not one of it's I wish I had like better news. This isn't one of those things where and I appreciate the super chat. That's very nice. Thank you. And so it's not like, oh, hey, super chat, I want to make you feel good. Let me tell you it's great. Let me tell you you're gonna win, everything's fine. No, like this chart's is not good. Like the market is showing a lack of interest, a very strong trend of falling supply. And so that's the issue. Now you're bumping into support, and you kind of got that descending triangle look. It's a bearish continuation pattern. I think if I was guessing, it's going to roll over lower and test lower support. Hey, Peter. Hey, man. Good to see you, Peter. I appreciate that, folks. Do I want to do one more? I kind of want to go wrap it up, but all right, all right. Maybe we'll do one more. Maybe just one more. Ooh, what a terrible. This is a bad chart too. Really, really bad chart. Yeah, the market doesn't like this, and so I don't like it. Right, really bad chart. So I mean, you're trying to bounce, keep getting rejected in this area. So that is kind of a momentum flip level. But I honestly would be shorting everything probably below like $1, $1.85. Any kind of bounce in here, I'd be shorting it. Expecting it to fail, expecting it to roll over. So, and that's the posture you want to have because every time it's bouncing, it's see how the price tends to continue. It's continuing with the trend. Even this beautiful mean reversion all the way back to the 200, and then it just rolled right over. So, I mean, you got to condition yourself to trade with the trend. Like if you're listening to me right now, by the way, please hit like and subscribe. If you haven't watched these masterclass videos yet, like honestly, what are you doing? Unbelievable free alpha. It's going to teach you some really great classical charting, candlestick theory. Folks, have an awesome day. Coming up on 20 minutes. I think that's about enough. I had fun. I hope you had fun, and I appreciate you, and I will talk to you soon. Big Cheds out.